Okay, so I will now share my screen. One moment. Now I would like everyone to please unmute your microphone, and I would be very glad, no, na you will be as part of our netiquette, as part of the netiquette, especially during the video, the virtual class. You must turn off or unmute your microphone during the presentation, and you can only unmute your microphone if you are asked, or I am asking a question, or you're making a statement. Okay, and if you have clarification or question, please click the raise hand button, no, as in, makita man siguro niya sa inyong phone diha. So I could acknowledge, or if you have question, you can also put it down your in our chat box, no, asa kanang ato ang screen na ay chat box ana niya. And then um and then I have already sent the form in the chat box. No, kindly click that one for the attendance, because the attendance will be that will end, or the duration of the attendance is only until 10 a.m. Okay, alas 10 sira taman. Okay. Oh, hindi ma-open ang link. Wait. Actually, ma-open man. There were students already who have responded. I already received responses. Okay, so yeah, yes, you have to copy the link, and then you put it in the search box. Chrome. Yes, thank you, Miss Balanza. Oh, all right. So I will now share your screen, and I think Google Meet can only accept 10 participants for these first virtual meeting. So I think the rest of the group, or the rest of your classmates may access it via. I'm trying kanang ma-share siya live. I hope this will work. One moment, I'm trying to access the. Anyway, I think it would take time if I'm going to stream this one. Kaya medyo nagloko ang internet connection. I will just make it very quick na lang siguro. I will just record it, and if some of your classmates wala kasulod, just tell them that this will be recorded, and if they are worried about the attendance, they can have, of course, people here who are here this morning will have additional points, but those who are already no not cannot join the Google Meet today may able to access the recorded video. So this recorded virtual class. Okay. Okay, I'm going to present now.
B of C.
Ay, Jeremy. Morning, ma'am.
Hi, good morning. Okay, so is the attendance okay now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, can you see my slide now? I hope. Uh, okay, that's good to know. Okay. So, kumusta man? I know, I think, I believe, no nga, all of your teachers have, akong Tagalog na humasa para kita ninyo ang tatag. Okay. But before that also, I would like to ask for can you open your camera? Di ba kayo part of the guidelines that we had during the orientation, di ba, is you have to open your camera at the start of the class, at the middle of the class, and after the class. So, okay. Mm, okay, I will share screen. Okay, smile. Okay. 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 Yeah, I think your classmates cannot access the Google Meet kay tungod kay ning lapas siya 100. I mean 100 na ka participants ang naadiri. So I will just send them the recorded video right after our discussion. No? So ana na lang kay naglisod sad ko actually og stream. I'm really hoping nga ma-stream siya unta pero mm, medyo murag di dyan siya apiki dyan siya nga i-stream. Sige lang. Okay. So, you may now turn off your camera to save kaning data bandwidth. Pero if daghan mo data, kusog internet, then it would be better. I mean, like, mas nindot nga makita man ako inyong mga nouns. I could also familiarize your faces, di ba? Basig magtagbo data sa merkado, sa ICM, sa balilihan, or in all parts of Bohol, di ba? At least I can acknowledge your face. Oh, I see. Oh, kining ko ano, kining I see handsome guy here who has a very good haircut, no? Na ay si Mr. Marapa. I like your hair now. Very good, very good. Oh, who else? I cannot see all of you actually because I'm using small laptop. uh, the screen can only accommodate 49 people, no? Pwede nga mapicturan. So, let's just bear with this. Share the screen. Uh-huh. Okay, I can even see. Okay. Can you see now my slide? I really hope. Kita na yun.
Yes, ma'am.
See my slide now? Okay. That's great. Okay. So to start with our subject is Crim 1, which is the description title is Introduction to Criminology. I have here a PowerPoint presentation, a compilation of the different references. No? So let us begin first with the course information. So again, the course name is Crim 1, so Introduction to Criminology. The credited units of this is 3 units, and then the total number of hours for the entire semester is 54 hours. And prerequisites, there's no prerequisite because this is the first subject, no? So ang prerequisite, ang second year ninyo na yung mga prerequisites. So for first year, wala pa yung mga prerequisites nga subject. Okay? So if you have question, I couldn't see actually because I'm sharing the entire window right now. I will just accommodate that one later on. Okay? So um, so we have the course description. So this is the course description. So we have this course that deals with the overview of the study of crimes. So its causes and controls, the criminals and the factors of criminal behavior, including approaches to their treatment. It includes also the study of the factors that precipitate crime repression, criminal etiology, or the predisposing factors and producing elements of the crime. So it also adds the analysis of the social, psychological, and mental makeup of criminals and the victims, and the role of the correction as a part in this, as a pillar in the criminal justice system. So basically this study is the study of this course is really a vital importance of you students. So to the student, for it provides a bird's eye view in the process of studying criminology as a body of knowledge, and even to the other allied subjects. And then it also treats primarily on the analysis of the causes of crime, in controlling and in preventing crimes, and the punishment or treatment of criminal offenders. So this is the course description of your subject. So we hope these are the expectations, no, that we hope that this is the course learning outcomes. At the end of the course, you students will expected to recognize and analyze the importance, the processes, the nature and scope of criminology as field of interest, discuss the different terminologies and other essential concepts in understanding criminology, trace the development of criminology by discussing the theories of crime causation, and compare and contrast the contribution of the pioneers of criminology regarding the explanation of crime causation. Then we also have, at the end of this course, you will be able to analyze the causes of crime, how to control it, and even prevent it. Um, you will be able to explain and demonstrate the criminal formula or the birth of crime and the essential concept of the law enforcement or policing. You will be able to acquire background and show interest in forensic sciences, with which are very useful in the criminal investigation, and you will also be able to comprehend the means of treating criminal offenders through correction field. So those are basically the learning outcomes that in the end of this subject, the end of this course, you will get. Okay, hopefully you will get. Okay, so this will be the course outline. I know you are already very familiar with this because these are already being posted in your Google Classroom. So I would really um, expect nga these are not new to you, or kuan di ay na di subject nga ni, or kuan. So you have already the idea because I have sent you the entire the entire flow of the course. No? So these are found in the document that I have sent it to you this week. Maybe I don't know. I can't remember. was it Monday? Basta I have sent this one. So if ever you wanted this na inyuhang tanawon ang content of the course outline, the entire details, then you may access it in your Google Classroom. That's found there sa akong gibutang to siya sa topic of organizational week. So naa dito. Okay, so first thing that we are going to discuss this morning is the understanding criminology. Then we will also discuss the different classifications of crime by midterm. I think this will be also found in your midterm classifications of crimes. And then another module 3 will be classifications of criminal and approaches in criminology. Then we have also theories of crime, introduction of criminal behavior and victimology, and then introduction to criminalistics, criminal law, and correction. So those are the course outline um, of these subject. Okay, so as I've said no a while ago, our topic this morning will be the module one, or partly of this will be the module one. So understanding criminology. I have bulleted already there. You can found you again. You can access again your course outline there. You can see unsay mga topic sa understanding criminology. So before we proceed to the formal lecture or lesson, no, we have to think first of what we expect to learn, no, from this lesson. So we have also to set some of parameters, no, kay aron dili ma-overwhelm ay kanang kuan expectation versus reality. So we have to set parameters as to what we aim to achieve, no, after finishing this lesson. So these are the things, no, that we hope to learn in mind, and of course to learn in mind at the end of this lesson. Okay, so we have here discussed the concept and nature of criminology. You have, at the end of this topic, you will be able to compare and contrast the word criminologist, criminalist, and criminal justice practitioner. You will be able also to trace the historical development of criminology in the Philippines, understand and recognize the importance of Republic Act number 6505 to the course, and present a portrayal of criminology in the past and present times. So those are the learning objectives that we hope that we will be able to get once we are done with this module 1, understanding criminology. So I would like now you to access, you go to www.menti.com and you enter the code 3650 2870, or you can also use your QR code. Okay. Kindly access using your browser. No? Tangin nyo dito www.menti.com. I hope you are following me. I will stop the sharing. Okay. Okay. Let me know if you're having trouble. Let's make it very quick. www.menti.com, and then you try to access. Ma'am, wala lagi mo lihok ang slide. Oh my God, wala ang lihok siya di ay. Copy link, paste. Wala siya mo lihok, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Also,
Wala, ma'am. Ganina ra siya, ma'am. Wala na.
Lilihok ako, ma'am.
dili okay. So I think I think you have a problem in your internet connection. All the rest no, naglihok man siya. Naglihok ba siya?
Stable, may wifi rin.
Permission, ma'am. Unsa tay code, ma'am? Code.
Okay, okay. Wait ha. I will stop this kuan, and then I will present the entire screen so you can see it. Moment. Okay, you see it now. Can you anyone let me know if you have access this already?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so okay, that's good. Okay, let me know if um okay. I can see myself now. I also use my other phone. So window. So in Menti, what did you see? So there is a question there, no? There is a question there nga about what is criminology. So whenever you heard the word criminology, what comes into your mind, no? Let me hear from you using this menti.com, no? They use the code 3650 2870. I'll try to share this one. Sige. You see it? Okay. Some would say that criminology is studying of criminal justice. I hope you can see my screen. Okay, so some would say, okay, let's make it very quick. 5 minutes, mga 1 minute di. Let me see. Oh, there are only 10 who answered. 11. You are 100. Let me know. Sige. Sige. Okay. Sige, dagan na kayo. Okay. Study of crime, law. Okay, 20 people are already answering. 21, 23. Okay. Okay. 30. So, what is criminology? Diba? I think this is also found in your activity, the one that I have sent you. Okay, let me see. So, most of you answered study of crime. Criminology is a study of crime. Oh, someone said that criminology is love, Char. How did you see criminology as love? As someone that relates to love. You know, so criminology is about victim, about body of knowledge, social phenomenon. Okay, 44. Who else? Are you still typing or what? Let me know. Okay, 45. Okay, 47. Let's have it quick, very 50 lang. Okay. Or at least 60. Okay. Sige, so very participant. Criminology, crime and criminal behavior, moralistic, education, okay, analysis data, about discipline. So most of you said, no, you're 53, 54, nga criminology is a study of crime. So what do you usually, so, so I think you have the common answer, right? Study of crime. So at the center, can you see that one screen? Justice, crime, law, investigation. So those are common answers, right? So my next question is, can you set can you click it now for the second question? Okay. What about the second question? What do you usually react when you say when usually react when somebody asks you, no, or when somebody is taking the BS cream? So do you usually react or say when somebody is taking the BS cream? Or even you, sa may inyong hangi kasulti ka, nagwa ang kurso ng cream. Can you answer it now? Using our Menti? Using menti.com and use the code 36 50 28 70. Okay. Okay. What do you usually react or say? See here. Okay, the code is 3650 2870. Okay. Okay, police. What else? Okay. Good choice. Good luck. Brave enough. So your reaction was that person is a really tough person, a brave person because he took up BS criminology. Okay, a future lawmaker. Formal. Okay. Okay. Independent. Country server. A public servant. Brave enough to fight. Grabe, wa jud niya ang anga. God bless. Okay. Wise choice. Oh, you are proud when somebody is taking a BS criminology. Okay. Okay. This is actually sarcastic when you say good luck or even God bless. Oh, that person is a hardworking. A future peacemaker. Okay, that's good to know that your reaction was, or you always say to somebody, those who took BS criminology, that that person would be a future peacemaker, not a future troublemaker. Okay. Okay. When you let me know if you're done. You're still 40. 40 have already sent their answers. What about the others? Okay. So normally, no, normally people would think that taking criminology means that they wanted to become a law enforcer or they wanted to become a law enforcers. So that, well, that's true because this is the basic knowledge or basic understanding of people around us, and then we took up BS criminology because uh, I mean, you took up BS criminology because you prepare the objective, which is to become a police officer. Am I right? No, you wanted to become a police officer, right? So so normally, no, people would say, "Oh, police." No? Okay, when you took up BS criminology, you become police. So, that is also what I have encountered, no, during my college days, no. But let us formally discuss what is really a criminology, or what is this course? What is criminology? Okay, so I will now stop the shared screen aning kuan hamenti. Let's now focus. Thank you very much for participating. Okay. Yes, Mr. Pena, you're raising your hand. You can unmute your microphone.
Sorry ma'am, natutlukan na ma'am.
Ah, okay. Okay. Nag-cream manggug ko kay ma'am. Gusto ko mahimo police. Well, I hope you wanted to become a police, not foolish. Okay? Dapat police ha, dili foolish. Okay, one moment. I'm trying to. So, oh, can you see my screen now? I hope you can see it
Yes,
now.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So can you read the slide no nga nasa inyong screen?
Oh, wala lagi slide.
Okay. 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 I'll try. Okay. Okay. I will just share the entire screen. Okay. That one. Can you see it now?
Yes,
May
ma'am.
makita, ma'am.
Yes.
Kasi yung
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I hope you can see the slide number 9. Question is, what is criminology?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
I'll go with the next slide. So,
Yes, ma'am.
so as I've said a while ago, what is criminology? So criminology is derived from the Latin word crimen, which means accusation, and the Greek word logia, which denotes study of or the study. Basically, criminology is the study of crime or accusation, study of accusation. Hence, it is a scientific study of the nature, extent, the causes, and control of criminal behavior in both um, individual and in society. So, as I mentioned, it is a study of accusation, so meaning it deals with the people. It deals with the people that are being accused or being accused or of the commission of crime. But historically, before the word criminology came to its existence, no, there are already some words, no, na words that have used, which is said to be the foundation of criminology. So, or the origin is the word was coined in the year 1885 by an Italian law enforcer in the person of uh, Rafael Garofalo. So Rafael Garofalo um, coined the word criminology as criminologia. No? So siya yung kanang author ng word. Then later on, after a year, it was being introduced by Paul Tupinard. So Paul Tupinard used an analogous French term, criminology. Okay. So it was during that early 20th century of 1924, then that the English word of criminology was crafted by the Dean of Criminology in the world. Of course, that is not me because that was 1924. So it was the Dean of Criminology in the world is Edwin Sutherland. Spelling is, I will put the spelling here. I'll just add here, okay? Spelling is Edwin Sutherland. He was the Dean of Criminology in the world. Okay. Okay. So Uncle Edwin Sutherland, Uncle na kasi Sutherland. Edwin, Uncle Edwin Sutherland, basi bang uncle pud mo ha maigagaw ta. Ako ra ng uncle. Uncle Sutherland, who is also known as the person behind the elaborated and broad definition of what criminology is. So, which is actually being memorized by the students who are taking the course. So, that was Edwin Sutherland. Now, by its definition, there are a lot of definition of the word criminology, and I know you have already researched a lot of these word, no, nga criminology, and you find in the internet that there are really a lot of definition. Um, of course, the definition has naiuban nga kuwang na karipikas di just la mao lahi-lahi sila. But lahi-lahi man sila og literal definition, but the thought is just the same. Okay? So, criminology, no? According to Tradio 1999, it is a body of knowledge regarding delinquency, take note of the word delinquency, and crime as a social phenomenon. Social phenomenon. So it may also refer to the study of crimes and criminals and the attempt of analyzing scientifically their causes and control and the treatment of criminals. So, we have also another definition. Another definition is that, so let us have this in bold. So, another definition of criminology is that it is a social phenomenon of criminals, the mental traits, habits, and discipline. That's according to Sutherland and CC. So that's another definition. On the other hand, the definition of Bartol 1995 was criminology is a multidisciplinary of so we say multi daghan. So so this means no that many of these disciplines are involved in the collection of knowledge about criminal action. That includes the different sciences: psychology, sociology, anthropology, biology, neurology, political science, and even economics. Okay, so that's another definition of the word criminology. The other one is the entire body of knowledge regarding crime as a social phenomenon, which means this includes within the scope or the process of making of laws or sociology of law, breaking of laws, and the reaction towards the breaking of the laws. Okay? So that's another definition. Okay. So there are actually three broad divisions of criminology according to Sutherland, and these are the making of laws, sociology of law, the breaking of laws, criminal etiology, and the reaction towards the breaking of laws, which is turns into penology. So So the scope and division of the study of criminology are the following. So we have, as I've mentioned a while ago, the making of laws or sociology of law. Ngayon, tag the making of laws, paggama sa maong balao. So this pertains to what? Examination of the nature and structure of laws, no, in society, which could be analyzed scientifically, systematically, and exhaustively to learn crime causation and eventually help fight them. So the sociology of law, the nature and structure of laws in society. So nagamagbalaod so that people can learn not to learn the crime causation, the causes of crime, and eventually can prevent such crime or even help those crime not to exist. So that is according to Sutherland. One of the division of criminology is the making of laws. Next stop, next stop is the breaking of laws. When there is law, when there is making of laws, there is actually also breaking of laws. It's like it's like the question why there is criminal. There is criminal because there is law prohibiting it. Diba? Ano na ang may criminal, ngano na may rapist, ngano na may kawatan, ngano na ang may um, ngano na ang may daghang daghan man ang napriso, nganong daghan man ang dipriso kay ng mulata, because those are laws, no? There was a law to the action nga ilang gibuhat. That time na ilahang gi-break to, that's another division of criminology, which pertains to what? The reasons of crime causation. Unsa may rason? The reasons of the crime causation, which primarily deals to answer issues despite the presence of law, people still commit crime. So despite that there is existing law, people are still committing. For example, let's just have the example. This is, I think you have experienced this one. There is a law saying that the people should wear helmet when riding motorcycle. right? Di ba? Na may kuan nga mang helmet gid ta og magsakay ta og motor, or we have to use the gears, no, nga kanang kuan suoton gyud kay delikado, di ba? In fact, manakop gani, di ba, sa inyo ha, manakop siguro sa inyong lungsod ba, or sa asang syudad mo karon, manakop, di ba, kung kuan mahadlok mo kag number one. And then aside from the helmet, ang pinakabugat is wala kay lisensya. So you're riding the motorcycle without even having a license. And that's breaking of the laws. Because there is a law that says that you have to have a license, no? The license to drive that certain vehicle. And then comes the breaking of law. So we are trying now to what? We are trying to answer the question, why man kaha? Ano kaha nga wa man, ano wa man siya nagkuha gikuan. So what happened? The time nga kanang kuan nag-ride siya og motorcycle, ride niya og motorcycle, nadakpan siya. So may violation ni adto. Maybe he was not having a helmet, or maybe also he has no license to drive, di ba? So, ana. So, that is the breaking of laws. So, again, despite the fact that there is a presence of law, people still commit crimes. So, at that time, that you are not given the said scenario, the last division of criminology, according to Sutherland, is the reaction towards the breaking of laws. So the reaction towards the breaking of laws. So this pertains to the study of how people, the criminal, and the government reacts towards the breaking of the laws, because the reaction necessarily bright light to the development of these modern measure to treat criminal offenders. At the same time, the reaction may be contributory to criminality. Take for example, so as I've mentioned a while ago, driving license without driving without license, for example. This is not actually that very much or the serious crime, but this is still a law. There is still a law. So meaning it is still an offense, no? It is still an offense punishable by the special penal law. So at the time that you committed that, so may nahitabo, you have break the law, and then what is the reaction now of breaking that law? Okay, so here comes the penology. Kay ni sayop man ka, nasayop man ka, kay tungod kay naay balaod, wala ka mo follow sa gi-break nimo ang balaod. So what now happens? Pwede nga citationan ka or i-impound imong motorcycle. What if things get into worse? Like for example, during the breaking of laws, there is actually breaking of laws. You did not have this license to license to drive, and then you hit a child, no? Nakabangga kag bata. And then that is already another crime, reckless imprudence resulting to binamatay ang bata, resulting to homicide. Matay ang bata. So, as may mahitabo, the reaction towards the breaking of laws is that in order for you to get to have the preventive measures na di na mahitabo sunod, or in order for that certain law di na mahitabo sunod, there is what we call penology. So, dakpon ka, ipreso ka. Okay? Am I clear? So this is now that at the time that towards the breaking of the laws, the reaction necessarily there should be a certain action right after the breaking of laws, and this is the reaction towards the breaking of laws, or simply the word that would describe is penology. Okay. So, by The new law, no, so those are the definition, the three definitions of the study of criminology, and according to Edwin Sutherland. Now, if you would have it legal definition of criminology, now so the legal definition of criminology refers to the scientific study of crimes, criminals, and victims. Republic Act 11131 refers to the scientific study of crimes, criminals, and victims. So it is also deals with prevention and the solution to of the crimes. So this new law, no, the Republic Act 11131, or otherwise known as the Philippine Criminology Act of two, uh, 2018, if you have noticed, no, in this legal definition there is new addition emphasize, and that is victims. So before, no, ang literal definition yun niya is a study of crimes and criminals, but in the legal definition of criminology, in the Philippine Criminology Act of 2018, it emphasizes victims, which is not focus of many criminologists in the past. But with the advent of these modern studies, no, they now included the study of victim, no, as one of the component in the study of criminology. So we have crimes. We are studying about crimes, why certain crimes happen, why there are criminals. We study about the different later on, and in the next episodes of our lecture we will have the study of criminals, the different classifications of criminals, why there is a certain criminals, and we will also going to study why there is victims, or study of victims, why a certain person becomes a victim, or what are the different classifications of victims, or is there really classifications of victims? We will know everything on that on the next episodes of our lecture. Okay? Am I too fast? Let me know if I'm too fast. Okay. Anyway, you can also review this one. I will be sending it in your Google Classroom. Okay. So, speaking of, again, the criminology, no? Again, it try criminology, for better understanding, no, we really need to understand what is really the nature of criminology. To some, no, most of these criminologists says that criminology is the study of crime. For the classical, those are the study of crime. And for those who first studied crime, which focuses on the legal concept. Later, some people also define it as the study of crimes and criminals. So they include the criminals because that is the product of the positivist, which will be tackled on the next subject, no? Sunod kuan yung mga second semester, or um, I'm not really sure. I think it's second semester or on the second year. This is the crimes and criminals is the product of the positivists that men are different from one another. So lahi-lahi daw ta. And despite the fact that all men has this what we call free will. You know what is free will? The ability to know what is right and what is wrong, or have the free will, they still commit crime due to many factors which are unique to every individual. Then later on, no, later on, as I've mentioned a while ago, comes this victim that makes now the new legal classification or legal definition of criminology in the Philippines. So I hope you get the point. No, so What law it is? It's Republic Act 11131, or otherwise known as Philippine Criminology Act of 2018. Okay? So there are also branches of criminology. So daghan kitag bantayan. We have defined we have defined criminology on its classical and legal definition. Now let's talk about the branches. Unsa may mga sanga aning in aning criminology. So may sanga niya. As I've mentioned a while ago, 'di ba? Ako ning gi-mention ni ganiha. One is criminal etiology. So the study of of the cause or origin of crime. It studies the primary reasons for crime commission or simply crime causation. You know? Sociology of law attempt to what? So by the way, criminal etiology, meaning what causes man to commit crimes. Actually, this branch will be discussed on a separate course, which will be criminology 2, or causes of crime, or crime causations, crim 2, which will cover the will be covered in the next school year. And this entails that many theories, both old and modern theories, which are generally divided into three concepts. No, tulo ka concept na siya. We have the biological, psychological, and sociological. Of course, isa lang na nato hisgutan kay that will be part of your second year. Okay? Which will later on mix up with each other. So mag-mix kanang tulo, biological, psychological, and sociological. So there are two concepts of this. One is that how the law is created in our society, and the other is what condition this law was created in our society as it is implemented. So this will cover up on the next school year. Then we have sociology of law, an attempt of scientific analysis of the condition, which the penal and criminal laws have developed as a process of formal social control. And we have also penology, penology derived from the Latin word pena. Okay, pena, which means penalty, and then logia, a Greek word, a Latin word logia, that's Logia, means study. So basically, this is the study of penology. Is the study of what? Study of penalty. So literally, it means study of, again, penalty. But it is more than that. That sense penology. Uh, the sen I mean, it is more than that, since penology is a branch of criminology which focus on the study of prevention of crime and delinquency as a form of reaction to criminality. So in order to prevent crimes, aside from addressing the causes of crime, we also have to understand that crimes are being committed by people. So we have to prevent them from further committing the crime. That is why penalty is being studied as to how it can effectively deter the commission of further crime. Some people also misunderstood this penology. Some would misunderstood that penology is a jail management, but to be honest, that is but for the clarification, no, of the word penology and jail management, these are two different aspects, no. That's why if you look at the name of the bureau, it states there, Bureau of Jail management, and in conjunction, penology. So, duha na siya ka aspect. So, BJMP, the Bureau of Jail Management, and Jail Management and Penology. Okay? Well, there are also principal division of criminology according to Edwin Sutherland, which, as I have mentioned a while ago, sociology of law, scientific analysis of the causes of law, and then we have scientific analysis of the causes of crime and crime control, and even according to Clarence Ray Jeffrey, detection of offender, treatment of the offender, and explaining crime and criminal behavior. So actually this is part of, I think wala ni now na insert dito sa principal divisions of criminology, that well that's all, that's according to Clarence Ray Jeffrey. More on the focus of Clarence Ray Jeffrey was about the offender, no? So see Sutherland more on the law, the analysis of law, and how these can be controlled, crime control. Then we have also here, what is the nature of criminology then? No? Well, considering no, nga, um, considering that science is systematic and objective study of social phenomenon and other bodies of knowledge, criminology is a science in itself under the following nature. So, um, science itself and under the following nature. See, you see, bachelor, kay inyong course, di ba? You're using the course of Bachelor of Science. Science in Criminology, Bachelor of Science in Criminology. Okay? So, but there is, at the end of this presentation, or there is this assessment here that would, or a certain reflection. I will just give you a one question about. I will be asking you, is criminology an art or a science? So I think, and I hope you have already in your mind the answer. Okay? So later on, no, para maklaro, kuan mo, you will be able to how do you call this one? Enlighten your mind. What is really criminology? Is it an art or is it a science? So let's try to define and to know about this. Okay, so nature of criminology. One of it is that it is a social science. Take note of the word social science. So meaning, in as much as crime is a societal creation and that it exists in the society, its study must be considered a part of a social science. So it refers to the intellectual and academic discipline designed to understand social world objectively, and it is the study of the various aspects of human society. So since the crime is phenomenon, no, or the reaction of the society towards crime and the criminal behavior. So again, since this is the crime is a phenomenon, it's phenomenon, ma'am. Oh, that's another assignment. What is phenomenon? Ano na siya, ma'am? Okay, you can search on one. Ask Uncle Google. That is one of your assignment. It is but basic to note that the study of crimes requires studying the what? The human society, and thus criminology is a social science. So criminology is actually the son of sociology. Mga kuan man siya, anak, the son of sociology. Sociology is part of the social sciences. So, son of sociology. Why? Because as defined by Edwin Sutherland, as I've mentioned a while ago, crime is a social phenomenon, which means that in order for us to understand crime, we need to understand first the behaviors of these people living in this society. Why? Ano man, ma'am, we need to study these people living in the society. We need to understand their behaviors. Why? Because no society is free from crime, and crime is considered to be normal part of every society. So, tingnan ko but kung I mean, is there any place here on earth nga walay crime or certain criminal, di ba? Naagid na crime everywhere, even in our home there is a certain crime happening. That simple getting money from simple kaning act of getting money in the pockets sa inyong parents, it's already a crime, di ba? So that is why it is considered normal part of every society. Now, according to Emily Durkheim, and Emily Durkheim, that's also my ninong Emily Durkheim. Ayo ba ninyo answer ang ninong ha? This is just my kuan. Ako ra na. Ako ra siyang ninong, dili na ninyo ninong. Okay, pananglitan na yung mga question, si apil ninyo ang ninong ha. I'm just making you laugh. Okay, Emily Durkheim, ang ninong Emily Durkheim, which is considered to be the father of the modern sociology, make it very simple. I mean, discuss it very simple, express it very simple. Crime is committed in society, and if there is one institution that should battle first against crime, it is actually the very society itself, the people who live in it or who live in
Hi,
that
ma'am.
society. In Yes.
Ang slide, ma'am, wala naka-move.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I am not. I'm still discussing the social science. Can you see it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So, social science. I'm just elaborating it more for you to understand. Okay. So, again, as I've mentioned, Emily Durkheim make it simple. Crime. Uh, to make it simple, no? Crime is committed in the society, and if there is if there is one institution that should battle first against crime, no? If there is one institution that should battle first about crime or against that crime, it is actually the very society itself, no? The people who live in the society, and the people who live in that society, although in our criminal justice, no, in our criminal justice system, the community lands only as the fifth pillar. Cause the first pillar is because the first pillar is the the first pillar is the law enforcement pillar. Pero actually, it is just a cycle. No? From the mere fact that di ka sa community, commit ka crime, this will be tackled in the next on your second semester, no, sa second semester in introduction to criminal justice. So again, to make it very simple, crime is committed in society, and therefore society should also do an act, no, to also do the part, no, in preventing these crimes happening. Okay. That is another nature of criminology, is it is an applied science. So applied science, so meaning to say, we have anthropology, psychology, sociology, and other natural sciences that may be applied in the study of causes of crime. Causes of crime aside from chemistry, medicine, physics, mathematics, etc. So name it. One of the nature of criminology is that it is an applied science, meaning this applied science on crimes and the criminal behavior. Okay, the study of crime does not. By the way, it focuses also on the on the practical application of principles discovered in basic science. So the study of crimes, no, does not end purely on intellectual discovery, no. Nakuha lang nimo based on research, based on based on your knowledge, no, based on your discovery, intellectual discovery. It also requires the application of the various fields of study in order to help in policy making, no, in policy making towards the creation of more responsive programs for crime prevention as well as in the solution of crime in our society. So thus we learn what we learn really requires application. As a matter of fact, no, the true learnings is proven, di ba, on its application. So, one of the nature of criminology is the applied science. Kanang mga inyong karon we have the different forensic or criminalistic subjects, and those are part of the applied sciences. Not only that, but also kuan kanang sa anthropology, no, the study of the kaning, di ba, the ang mga say tawag aning mga kanang mga bungo, di ba, mga bones nga kanang kuan, no. So we have psychology and sociology and other natural sciences. Okay, we have also another nature of crime is that it is nationalistic. It is nationalistic. So this is the study of crime. The study of criminology, or the study of crime, must always be in relation with the existing criminal law within the territory. Meaning to say, the question as to whether an act or is a crime is dependent on what? So especially in the Philippines, a crime, or not only the Philippines, I think all of the world, no, crime is dependent on the criminal law of the state. No? Crimes are defined by laws, and in other countries by common laws. Well, in the Philippines, no, crimes are defined to our laws, such as the criminal law. No? So laws have different. Of course, in the different countries, law varies, no, depending on their culture, no, depending on the religion, belief, and other as such in crimes, in different in other such crimes, no. So meaning to say, no, that the nature of criminology depends on the nature of the country. Kanang it is true, no, kaning tawag na to a Latin nullum crimen nulla poena sine legis. What does it mean, ma? Ito yung butang ani. Nullum crimen nulla poena sine legis. So, nullum crimen nulla poena sine legis, it means what? It means there is no punishment if there is no law created. No punishment. We agree with this one? So, there is no law created. So, meaning to say, there is no punishment if there is no law created. Diba? Okay, o wala jud tay balaod, wala tay basis din. Everything is everything is valid, di ba? We can do whatever we want. No? But there is a law. In our country, there are a lots of law. No? Gamay lihok lang nato. Pwede na ta ikiha dito or we can even violate the law, di ba? So, that's we really need to know, no? We really need to know our nation, no? Because by knowing the law, you can also understand, no? We can also understand better what elements uh, constitutes the crime, di ba? In our country, ang main and the primary source of the main and primary source of criminal law is the um, revised penal code, no, RPC, which is actually a revision of the Spanish penal code that were adopted by us, no? So mo jud atong gi-adapt, no? Which later on was being modified when we are already under the American regime. So RPC, no? So mo na ato ang main and primary source of these criminal law, no? The revised penal code. Okay, and then we have also another nature is that it is dynamic. So criminology changes as social condition changes. That means that the progress of criminology is concordant with the advancement of other sciences that have applied in it. So meaning to say that the study of crime also varies from place to place, no? So generation to generation and from culture to culture. So behaviors that may be regarded as deviant or crime in our culture may be conformist or highly valued in another. No, those criminal acts today may no longer be considered on as criminal acts before, di ba? I mean, those criminal acts today may no longer be considered on criminal acts in the future, di ba? Kay Bog, legal na nga kuan, legal na nga maggamit og shabu, legal na nga magamit og kuan, so nga na. So uh, crime is a legal term, no? A behavior that may be labeled as crime only when it is defined by law as such. So thus a crime may changes, no? When its definition changes, a societal condition changes. So with crimes, modern technology has brought a lot of these changes in the way people live. So this innovation has also brought changes in our laws. Thus the concept of crimes are also changed. So for example, no, karon sa una wala man nang gitawag og transnational crime kanang o man na sa una ng kanang cybercrime, o man na sila kailaan na, di ba? Kay, of course, they don't have the means. Kasi may lang, gamas lagbalaod, o niya, kabalo man silang, o man sa basis nga, kuan kay dili man sila may computer sa unang panahon, they only have this letter. So nga na, and then sa unang panahon walay naay mga law sa unang panahon nga wala na karon, and it is already very legal, di ba? So, one of the nature of criminology is that it is dynamic. So, it changes from place to place, from culture to culture, religion to religion, yan na. Okay? And even gender to gender, or generation to generation. Okay? So, and then we have last is another nature of criminology is that it is interdisciplinary. So there are many disciplines that are involved in the study of crimes and the criminal behavior, and among them are the sociology, psychology, psychiatry, economics, political science, and so on. So when we say crime is a legal term, no? A behavior that may be labeled as crime only when it is defined by law or as such, no? So it is disciplinary, meaning there are interdisciplinary, so it involves the psychology, sociology, psychiatry, economics, and political science, and so on. Okay? The study of crimes and criminal behavior. So, all in all, no, ay atong hinungduman, let us all remember the word. We just have to remember the word. The nature of crime is Sunday. So, SANDI stands for S as social science, A for it is an applied science, N for it is nationalistic, D for it is dynamic, and I it is interdisciplinary. Okay? But actually, no, I would just like to clarify on the interdisciplinary. Other books also have, as I've read some of the books na, the interdisciplinary is, it is already covered on the applied science. So, basing matingam mo nga mamula lagi interdisciplinary during na yung mga examination. So, um, actually, the definition is kanang murag na merge siya sa uban nga books. But we can also have the SAND or SANDI, okay, for interdisciplinary, just in case that there are they need to have the five natures of crime. If the question is kanang what are the kanang natures of criminology, you may have SANDI or SAND. Only do not omit the interdisciplinary. Okay, so. Scope of the study of criminology, the study of origin and development of criminal law, the study of crimes and development, uh, the study of crimes, the development of criminals, and study of the different factor that enhances the development of criminal. So there are also other fields of study related to criminology. I have mentioned this one. Okay, we have this criminal demography, the study of relationship between criminality, and population. So from this word demography, it talks about population. We have also criminal epidemiology, the study of the relationship between environment to criminality. Sorry for the typo error. Then we have criminal ecology. Criminal ecology, this is the study of criminality in relation to spatial distribution in the community. Then we have also um, physical anthropology, the study of the criminality in relation to physical constitution of men. Then we have criminal psychology, the study of human behavior in relation to community. Criminal psychiatry, the study of human mind. No, we talk about psychiatry. This is study of human mind. Psychology, the study of human behavior. Then we have also victimology, the study of the role of the victim. Okay, sorry. Now, criminology was created, and there are four goals of studying criminology. No? One of the goal of why we need to study criminology is the fact that as criminology or as future criminologists, we need to describe the criminal behavior. No, describe. We have to understand the criminal behavior, and we have to predict the criminal behavior, and we need to control the criminal behavior. We have to describe. We have to describe this kind of behavior. We have then after describing it, we've learned that one. We need to understand why there is criminal behavior. And then because we have already understood this criminal behavior, we will be able to predict this criminal behavior. This will lead to a certain crime if this kind of behavior will uh, this kind of behavior will kanang kuan makita nato or uh, ma-experience nato. Then what they then we can be able to control this criminal behavior in order to prevent in order for me nga not to be a victim of this. I will not for example in order for us not because we already predicted na part of the for example in rape cases one most of the rapists are kanang matod pa nila those rapists are very keen in such a way nga ang ila pong pilion kato pong mga lami-lami. I do not know. These are just kanang koan. This is an example only, okay? So na yung mga lalaki nga mga sexually urged gid sila. So then we have to describe this person na yung mga sakit ba. Maybe they have the mania, no, di ba? Sila yung sakit psychologically or sakit sa human mind. So maybe na sila yung mga kaning kuan mania. So we have to understand nga ingon ani so di dapat mag-short og mugbo. In order for us not to kuan, we need to predict wala nag-short og mugbo makakuan gid ka. So we have to control that one by means of we will not be kuan. So, I do not mean to say nga ay mo pag short umubo or mo pag kuan. This is just an example, no? And of course we can also kanang conclude nga di ba in our society nowadays murag sigara yung nanang nahitabo. Okay? So those are the goals of studying criminology. Now, the importance of studying criminology, aside from the goals, is that it is a source of number one is that it's a source of philosophy of life. The knowledge derived from studying crime is a good foundation for an individual's philosophy and lifestyle. So, as criminology, we will be able to this becomes a philosophy of our life. No, di ko magmata og morning because I know the rules. I have studied crime and criminals and even victims. These are, di ba? One minute, as I've mentioned ganiha. So, you will be able to practice that one in your lifestyle. Di ba? For example, since you have know that you are studying crime sa inyong balay, check yun before ka mulakaw, check kung yun mo tanan nga kuan nga is it safe to leave the house, di ba? Mag-lock yun ka. So this becomes a way of kanang kuan nature na nato. So isa ni sa pinaka marabag edge nimo sa crim student, di ba? Di ka pwede nga magmata og morning. So another is background for a profession or for social service. In studying criminology, you will be able to build rapport to the community, to the society, diba, as a whole. So you will be serving not only your family but the entire community or the entire country of your entire countrymen, diba? And then another importance of studying criminology is that because crimes are legitimate object of interest, they should be understood in order to know how to control them. So as I've mentioned ganiha, so for you, you have to understood that there are really people who commit crime because of the following reasons. Maybe they're sick, they are in need, sakit, sakit like for example, kleptomania. Those person who likes to steal, mangawat na lang sila. Sigsani like kawaton, naagod. There are a lot of people who are experiencing kleptomania. So, mangawat na lang sila. Ganahan sila mangawat. Satisfying sila. Pyromania, ganahan sila kaayong nga manunog, magsunog. Unang magsunog bay, ganahan sila burning na. So, So we have also uh, because crime is costly problem. No? The value of property loss, medical expenses and insurance, moving costs, and intangible costs of pain and suffering is too high as a result of victimization. So one of the importance of studying crime is that we were be able to what to because it is because crime is a costly problem, so we need to understand balik na pud ta adtong goal mo. So we need to describe, we need to understand, we need to predict, and we need to control these certain behavior, these certain crimes that would happen. Okay? So that's the importance of studying criminology. Kung may na lang kayo, yun. We will just define criminologist, criminalist, criminal justice practitioner. So first thing is that word criminologist. So, so criminologist, a person who study criminology. No? By the way, this is a definition, no? A definition, a general definition, especially in the other countries, no? In our country, in the United States, particularly. dito. Dito sa lain nga country na ay person, ang tawag sa person who study criminology is already criminologist. But here in our country, it's really different. Okay? It's like a person who study criminology is plainly a crim student or a criminology student, right? You can be called criminologist. I will tell you later what's the difference between. That would be the next line. Concern of scientific aspects of crime in relation to criminal justice, analyzes crimes and criminal behavior, and attempts to provide explanation as to who commits crime and what they do it, why they do it. Okay? So, meaning to say, that is the definition for criminologists in the other country. I don't. I'm not telling you that the whole definition or the whole bullet are only intended for the U.S. There are. I think only the person who study criminology will be called criminologist in our country. That maybe a future criminologist, because in the in Philippine of a Filipino criminologist, no, a Filipino criminologist under we have the law of this one, Republic Act number 6505, no? A person who is a graduate, take note of the word graduate, a graduate of the degree of criminology who has passed, no? Not only graduate, but have passed the examination for licensure examination for criminologists or CLE, uh, criminologist licensure examination, and is registered as the board as the in the board of criminology, in the board of so in PRC or the what do you mean by PRC? The what is PRC? Philippine Regulation Commission, or wherein all the professionals are registered, di ba? So mo na ang atua diri sa Pilipinas. Magtawag lang criminologist when he is a graduate of the degree of criminology, he has passed the examination for criminologists, and is registered in the board of criminology. Okay? What are the opportunities, no? Opportunities, one of the opportunities, no, nga pulis sa pohon, or no, I mean, when you pass the board examination, pass the licensure examination, is that you will be uh, become a you can be a professor or an instructor like me. You can also be able to be part of the law enforcement agencies, administrator, maybe an executive, maybe as research advisor or a consultant, or or agent in any government or private agency, as technician in any field of criminalistics, or as scientific aspects of crime detention, as correctional administrator, executive supervisor, worker of officer, counselor, expert, and even researcher. So that is so I hope that you have truly understand that ngayon ganing nag-crime ka, mapulis de ka. You have to correct that one because we have to educate other people. No, it doesn't mean that I have studied criminology, I will become a police officer. There are a lot of job opportunities in when once I become a criminologist. Okay, once I become a full-fledged criminologist, I will have a lot of job opportunities. Okay, so that should also be your mindset. Nga, that doesn't mean gamang, of course that if your goal is to become a part of the law enforcement agencies, then that would be good. That is still part of the job opportunities of becoming a criminologist. Now, but if you wanted to be uh, if your career does I mean if na mga kanang kakwangon ba ya mga pulis wala ka na pulis, di ba? So we have to correct those people nga they should not limit a certain criminologist or a certain person studying or hoping to become a criminologist nga magpulis di ay ka. We have to educate them na kanang puhon pero okay ra man pod if dili I have a lot of I mean let us educate them by saying that the opportunity of becoming a criminologist that does not only limit to the law enforcement agencies. Mag police, mag jail officer, mag coast guard, mag asa pa man yung gusto, mag bombero, mag fire officer or mag agents NBI, whatever. So kinadaghanan kaayo job opportunities. Okay? So, on the other hand, the word criminalists are those people who study criminalistics. So, criminalistics are one of the major subjects in our course, in your course, no? Criminalistics, or what we call as the forensic sciences. So, they are called criminalists, no? Physical scientists na sila. Interest concerned with criminalistics tools which include the DNA, the blood, we have the fingerprint, ballistics, about kanang about bullets, about gun, about the different types of gun nga na. And we have also forensic photography, no, naapuntaan na. We have also aside from forensic photography, we have lie detector, polygraphy. So, daghan kaayo ta. And we have also question document as part of the interest concern when you become a criminalist or criminalistic officer. Ma'am, naa ba niya sa mga police stations? Yes, naa kaayo. I hope you have seen, I know you're familiar with the words SOCO, crime scene operatives. So those who criminalists are working on that unit in the PNP. Okay? So muna nga na ay forensic photographer, and they are considered during the for example there is a certain crime happen and it was being trialed in court, that certain criminalists will become expert witness. Okay? Muna, mahimos lang expert witness because they are expert or studying criminalistics or forensic sciences. And they only rely scientific findings and technique used in particular field and apply them within a legal framework. So these lang maghala-hala. They have the procedure, they have the I think in the DNA, I have sent already the link, di ba? Dihatagan ako mo link at nga makatanaw mo. I hope na nakita na to ninyo that is part of your activity also. So, in the next episode on Saturday, naapoy another webinar. It also talks about criminalistics and about criminology. Okay? Then we have also criminal justice practitioner. So when the criminal justice practitioner, these are person who deals in the broad areas of law enforcement, courts, and corrections. Ma'am, unsa man ning law enforcement? Ma'am, kanang asa police ni ma'am sa PNP? Yes. Part of it are the PNP, or the Philippine National Police. There are also aside from that, the Bureau of Jail Management and Criminology, the Bureau of Fire Protection, and NBI. We have these are part of the law enforcement agencies, including the kanang, for example, Bureau of Customs. these are law enforcement agency. Pero lahi lang sila og kuan, na sila sa ilang offices lahi ilahang kuan. Sila mo'y nag-administer o nag-enforce sa law within sa ilahang bureau, no? So they BIR also. Pero di mo makasunod sa BIR. So the areas that would fit, di ba, sa criminal justice practitioners are in the law enforcement, mga police, jail, officers, and even mga parole officer, probation officer, lawyers. So this includes police works, probation or parole work, counseling, correctional work in correctional institutions. So these are the criminal justice practitioner. So I'm gonna go. I'm just making it very quick now. I have 5 minutes left. So various studies and sciences related to criminology. So as I've mentioned ganiha, so may mga various studies and sciences related to criminology. We have law. Law is the main foundation of studying criminology. There are 6 major subjects. Later on, I will discuss. We have law. We have sociology. Sociology. We need to study about the society, about people. We have to study related to criminology, psychology. We need to study the behavior of a certain person. Medicine. We need to know the different chemicals, or not only chemicals, the different kanang points in kuan asa, for example, if it is in ballistic, asa may go asa mga patyanan nga na, and then in medicine, like for example in the rape case, no, nga na by lacerated, gisi ba ang vagina or nga na, so that is still part of kanang sa medicine. Chemistry talks about on the toxicology, no, kanang intoxications, alcohol, mga kana. So or even sa drugs nga na. We have also public administration. So public administration kana ng mga police, mga administer to public or serving in the public. Education, not just like what I'm doing. We sa education, it is still related. Theology, as philosophy, di ba? Economics also. And then we have agencies and sectors associated to criminology. So these are the following. I will not be reading this whole thing. You just have to read this one. These are sectors or agencies associated to criminology. And then basically, sciences dominating the study of criminology, we have sociology. As I've mentioned, I've been mentioning this one all over in my slides. So the study of crime that focus on the group of people and society as a whole. And then we have psychology, as I've mentioned, which focuses on behavior and mental processes, and the psychiatry. So basically, these 3 are the 3 sciences dominating the study of criminology. So daghan man to kay ganiha ang gi-mention, pero kaning silang tulo mo jud pinaka nag-dominate sa pag-study aning atuang in studying criminology. Okay? So when we study already about psychiatry, that becomes a psychiatric criminology. So take note of that. When we are trying to study about criminal psychology, it becomes we are studying of psychological criminology. And in sociology, we are studying about sociological criminology. Okay? So these are the major areas of study in criminology. We have the criminal sociology, criminal law and jurisprudence, the law enforcement administration, crime detection, investigation, and prevention, and then criminalistics and correction. So basically, kani silang uno sila manggawas inagbo-board mo puhon, unom ka subjects inyong examan. So kaning criminal sociology, part of this is the introduction to criminology, crim socio. Kani ang criminal law, we have a lot of subjects about law. So makita ninyo sa inyong prospectus. So in a board ninyo pohon, if dili pa ma-change gihapon, unong ka subject, unong ka areas inyong examen. So that's basically 3 days, and then 1 subject each period, no? From morning isa, afternoon isa. Okay, then we have the criminology in United States and versus Philippines, no? So in United States, no, in the latter part of the 19th century, criminology was accepted as a field of study by the Department of Sociology of a growing university in US. So since that time, sociologists in US have made primary systematic study of the causes of crime and criminal. And the year 1901 indicated that criminology and penology are among the first two courses offered in the U.S. colleges and university. Now, in the Philippines, now we have the first educational institution offering criminology education in the Philippine College of Criminology at Santa Cruz, Manila, formerly known as the Plaridel College. In the early part of 1960s, criminology also course was offered by the University of Manila, Jose Abad Santos College, both in Metro Manila, University of the Visayas in Cebu, and University of Mindanao, and even in University of Baguio. So now daghan na kaayo nga mga state universities and colleges nga even kanang private universities nga nag offer og criminology nga course. So on January 15, 1983, they founded the Philippine Educators Education for Criminology Education. So this is an organization during the National Convention Conference of Criminology Deans and School Heads. Now, there are lots of tawag aning groups no in Koan. So there are lots of organization now um, the Philippines in criminology. So these are the following of some of the successful projects that made by the PEACE or the Philippine Educators Education for Criminology Education. So, implement sila sa first licensure examination for criminology course and the recognition of the NAPOCOM police examination by the Civil Service Commission as eligibility for employment in all the government service civil service positions and the accreditation of participants in seminar and workshop on policemanship for instructional purposes in all criminology schools. And they also there was an upliftment of criminology education in line with the provisionalization of the country's police service. So that ends our lecture for this morning. I have here an assessment, a reflective thinking, make a reflection paper about the following. So I know for sure that you have already gained a lot of knowledge for today's activity. So you have to answer this one, a reflection paper, why study criminology is essential, why criminology considered as a multidisciplinary science, and is criminology an art or science? Justify your answer. So agreement, let us you have to answer this one in each item at least 100 words and make a reflection paper on the given question. Upload it in a class online platform. I will be uploading this one, so please wait. Just screenshot, prepare for your answers on this, and then the deadline for this is until this 12 midnight this morning. Okay, is it possible or okay? So 12 midnight. This is only very easy. It's only one. I will just okay. I will just have it no. Okay, ako kumong kanang kuan kaning para alkansin na ang insik pero sige. I will just make it 50 words, at least 50 words.
Thank you,
You
ma'am.
can use that. Okay?
Salamat, ma'am.
But I will be
Thank you, ma'am.
the deadline.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
So the deadline will be past 12 noon. Okay. Okay, so 12, I mean, no, not 12 noon, 12 midnight. Okay? So, hasyaro jud ha. Okay, so do you have any question, concerns, clarification? Okay,
Ay kanang
yes.
about sa three question ma'am, unsay pamaagi ang ballot form ma'am or
Yeah.
essay form?
I will be sending in the Google Classroom. You can send it there. I will also be sending the guidelines, no, you send. Okay? So please wait until mga not later than 12. I will send the format. Okay? Now, please note nga, i-PDF file ninyo, ayaw ninyo i-Word para di mo ma-stress bitaw. Save as and then, kuan. Okay? So, sa yun ra kayo siya kuan. I hope kay baw mo PDF file. So, for example, no, I will just make it quick up. I will kanang give you a kuan kaning sample lang sa usaon pag PDF file. So, you go to file. I hope file, then save as. You click save as and then click this PC, example. Then you look for asan ninyo siya i-save. I would really suggest that you make one folder for all your activities so that you will also be guided and you will have your copy no nga send mo. Then at the bottom of the file name, of course, you have to change your file name. Ma-change man yung file name. For example, Good Malin, Mary Joyce. And then, di ba, I have instruction. All your activities should have this one. Good Malin Mary Joyce, activity 1. So that would be the file name. For example, then you're going to save as type PDF. You see, PDF file. No, PDF. So click mo PDF, and then I'm going to put it here in my desktop. For example, I'm going to have my own cleaning folder, Crim 1. I'm going to save it. So once I saved it, I will be redirected. So I'll have to check this one. Check na ko dire sa ako ang kuan. Check na ko. So naa dire, di ba? Nakitaan. So naa dire, okay? So PDF file na siya. So di na mo ma-stress kung nabungkag siya, ma'am. Naon sa siya diha. You have to save in PDF file. Okay? Any other concern? Kindly comment down. Okay, wait. Each number ba ni siya, ma'am? Yes, each number, 50 words. At least 50 words. But if you can express it more, then that would be great, di ba? Okay. And then, kuan. Aron ka mo. The more, the merrier. Okay, to make positive influence in the others, especially children. Do you have any questions, concern? If WPS ang gamit, I think you can still save it. Just, kanang, kuan lang siguro. Tawag kaning, para try lang pang-try lang sa kanang ko. Di kay ko familiar sa WPS nga kuan. But I think you can save it in kanang WPS nga PDF format. Click file maybe. Okay? Okay. If you are having hard time in like kuan, you can also write it down. Pagsuot na lang mo. Na-picturean ninyo. Just make it sure nga it is readable and it is clear. You have photographed it very clear. Nga dili siya kuan nga mabasa nako siya. Para dili it's the same procedure. You have to change the file name instead of the name nga imong gikuan. You have to change the file name sa imong photo and then you send it back. You send it nako. Yan. So katong magkuan PDF pwede ra yan. Okay, can we have another photo? Oh sure good. Anybody who are using laptop? Sabi nagamit og laptop nga dako-dako. I'm using only kuan manggod so dili siya until kuan na siya 40. Yeah. You can download actually Microsoft Word if you are using cell phone. Okay. Wait. I will stop sharing na. Can we have the? Can you also put? Can you please also have a kanang photo kuan? Oh, sige. Can you open please your tawag ani? Camera. Kaya man yun na ta kay gikutasan. Pablo jud ko nga naong ninyo gikutasan na jud kayo mo. Okay. Please have
Wait,
now. If you have question, if you have question, you may ask me on. I will post a video dito sa atong group, and then you can ask via comment. Ayaw mo ask bitaw nga i-PM ko ninyo if it is not necessarily or naikuan, ito lang mo sa comment box para bitaw makabasa ang uban, di na kinahanglan mangutana ang uban kay answered na, di ba? So nga na lang, di na ta mag-PM kay masuko ra ba mo gisin mo nako. Ha? So, nga na lang. Okay? So, let's have a picture taking. Open your camera. Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile. I can see all of you. I think wa pa nag-open ang camera ang uban. Okay, let me see. Okay. So, I take also photo ha, please, and then share it on the kuan sa atuang sa group chat. I think we don't have group chat di ay no. Still have to make di ay. Ito na lang sa inyong klase, sa inyong section. Print screen. Okay, smile. Smile. Okay, thank you very much. If you have okay, so if you have no question you may leave the classroom and then
Thank you,
see you
ma'am.
on our next schedule.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye-bye, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am. I miss you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye, ma'am. I love you.
Bye, Amping.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, Amping.
Bye, ma'am. Love you.
Taro nga lang.
Bye-bye, ma'am. I love you.
Bye.
I love you.
Last
Bye-bye,
name
ma'am.
I love you.
Daghan ako uyab ani kay.
Daga na nag-I love you.
Bye, ma'am.
Shout out,
Bye
Ila.
everyone.